Hello everyone and welcome to hell, to traffic hell I should say. Welcome back. So in the last episode we were kind of busy planning ahead a bit and getting our districts done, that something went extremely wrong while we were doing this with our traffic, and yes, it is at a complete standstill here. So it collapsed. Basically, that's what's happening. We have a traffic flow of only 30%, right? I was neglecting this for far too long. We have a major clog up here. We do have a major capital major clog up here, and also this whole row is not working anymore. I think, wait a second, we do have a main road here, right, that it goes two ways at the moment, and yeah, this traffic, this roundabout here basically is not working at the moment. How can we fix this? We need to fix it ASAP, because what is going on right now as well is that because of all this traffic jam, because of all this nonsense that we have on the roads of Sleepy Hollow, police officers can't get to crime scenes anymore, garbage trucks can't collect the garbage anymore, people can't get to school, and stuff like that. People are waiting for transportation everywhere, so there is basically lots of dead bodies lying around in Sleepy Hollow right now that are just decomposing just like that, right? Because they have no way of getting away from it. Now, how can we fix this mess? It's pretty complicated, to be honest. I mean, it was bound to happen at some point, that there is a weak spot in the city that is causing all of this mess. Now, let's just check it up real quick. Let's pause the game. The first thing I would like to do is, what we can see here is lots of truck traffic here. There it is. Lots of trucks from this tiny district here that want to get to the other side of the street, right? They don't want to get really to the highway. They just want to transport the goods to the locations where we sell these goods. Not very good and not very smart anymore to have this one here. It's like a satellite industry district just somewhere far away with tiny roads close by. It's outdated and not needed anymore. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, let's just get rid of it. The whole industry district, there you go, poof. And we should not be having any industry anymore. I haven't done pause the game yet, by the way, so it's not happening. I'm also going to move the power coal plants here over to this district, where I'm basically starting up to have a major power industry also here, right? So there is a real industry district, and these power coal plants are working then in this area. By the way, power and electricity in general is going down. So I do have these oil power plants. Let's just have another one that I'm going to squeeze into this area to provide the power that we need for the next years to come, actually. There is a cleaner energy down the road, right, like nuclear energy or actually also geothermal power plants that we can use that are really expensive but clean, and that they provided. Right, so that was the first thing that is happening. The other thing that I can see is, and some of you have been pointing this out in the comments, these buses here, they don't have their own lanes, and since I have so many buses on the road, they are clogging up the traffic as well, because they're stopping at the station. Everybody has to wait, and this is just in turn once again also causing a bit of a mess here. I do have some roads available for that, so we do have the 4-lane road with bus lanes in between. There is a more efficient one than this actually that we have. There it is, the 4-lane road with bus lanes on either side. So especially where we have bus traffic that is here, I'm going ahead and have these this road now. I mean, the industry here is going away, right? But there's no more buildings popping up then soon, so we're just going to use that. So there it is. These buses have now their own specific lanes they can use, and that should just work out for the better of it. So that's, I'm just going to implement them wherever we have some bus systems working right now. And as we can see, these trucks here can use their own lanes now, and if there is no bus, the cars will still use the bus lanes then as well. But if there is a bus, well, then they will just use their own designated lane for that. Now, there's still lots of bad stuff happening here. First of all, these factories should still disappear. Let's actually delete them ourselves manually. Alright, that is that. So that should reduce the traffic now that we have on that side. After all, this industry zone is really not needed anymore. The pollution should be going away now gradually, and we can, well, implement some residence here, some office zones, perhaps a nice little office zone that we have. Next up is this mess that we have there right now. And this is actually rather easy to solve, I think at least. We're going to make this one a one-way. The one-way starting here. So this is going to be major, right? That's going to be a major change what we have in store here right now. I'm going to pause once again. And the idea is that this is normal, right? So here people can get in and get out of it. I might actually upgrade this road for this one specifically, right? So let's just upgrade. Oh, that was actually a dirt road still. Could also have been causing some problems along the way. There's just a normal street. There's not that much traffic here ever, right? It's just residents and offices. Here is the major traffic though, because people enter from the highway, want to get into the city. I'm going to make this one a one-way avenue. So this is just like in real cities as well that I know myself, where something like this is going on. I mean, I'm not a professional city planner after all. I'm just going to figure stuff out here. And I figure out that the inbound traffic that comes from the highway is getting distributed along the roads here by the highway entering the city, right? So the further we go into the city, the less traffic should be then on this road here, the main road that we have. It then continues. I mean, we could either stop here now and just see what happens, right? I'm going to pause the game. So there is now an only entrance here into the city. So that's the major thing that we have on this road here basically now. Yes, they're a bit confused. They have to turn around, as we can see. It's taking a bit of time until this one solves up, but it should solve up eventually. Another important thing is that traffic also in here is increasing. So we can do one thing. I'm going to try one thing now. I'm going to upgrade this lane road here that we have in the center to upgrade to 2 lanes, right? That is also along the park. I'm not destroying anything with that, so I don't have my road anarchy activated. So this should just work out, right? As we can see, it's flowing a bit again with more lanes. Also here along the university and public library, of course, there should be a better road than available. So wherever there is more traffic, and it's definitely this area, around the garden there, around the park especially. And this one here, let's also upgrade that road there to something better. There you go, right? The tiny road here we keep as it is. So this is just a tiny road for the school and for the buses to enter here. And then we got the bigger roads. Oh, look at that. This is what I like to see. All lanes being utilized. So this should work out, and we see some flow again. Holy cow, we see some flow again. So there is something is working at least. And this whole traffic is then, yeah, it's breaking up in this area, right? Some go right, some go straight ahead, and some go to the left. Continue deeper into the city. We need to be very careful with these changes though, as I could very easily break other things. Now, while this is starting to work again a bit, by the way, this whole traffic jam that we have there, right, that is also going to this side, I'm pretty sure that it's because we had a big clog up here, right? So I'm expecting that this one solves up again once the clog up is gone, once the traffic jam is gone. And as we can see, it's starting to look good. Now, another thing is, we do have, as we know, our recycling centers. We have a taxi depot, a bus depot. Here, I would like to distribute that a bit better. So we have 2 of them right now for the garbage processing. And I do have the large one. Oh, that's really expensive though. But the large one, I don't have any recycling in this area right now going on. So we have the recycling, nothing over here. So I would like to have a smaller recycling station in this district, really just a bit further away perhaps. It's causing some noise pollution there. Actually, now that I think about it, garbage does not seem to be the biggest problem anymore, right? I mean, garbage, once the traffic is flowing, as we can see, the garbage is actually being worked on. It's the dead people, and it's also my police system, right? So the crime rate is still pretty high. We have 1, 2 police stations right now. There is one missing in this area, so I'm just going to add one. Let's have a USA police station right here somewhere in the city area, right? And probably here. It's central enough. And it's going to provide. Ah, look at that. Beautiful building. And there's already the police officers coming up. Boy, there's lots of crime in this industry zone happening right now. Crazy looking. Really, there's like a crime happening at every second building, it seems. And this one is also not working right now because there is the crime rate is too high message. So I'm hoping there's the police officers coming soon, because we definitely do need to dispose some dead bodies there. Alright, how many cars do we have here? 25 cars could be squeezed into this police station there. So that should be working out. Right, that we solve some of these problems. We still have an extremely low happiness, by the way. That's because, of course, of all these problems. So that's a bit of policing, and then we have all the dead bodies. The cemetery is still working. I think, though, another crematorium could work for us. Burning dead bodies, after all, is the way to go in a big city. I just would like to have something smaller. There we have a small one. I mean, there is already one here. There is the cemetery that is full, by the way. Yep, so that is a problem. And I might actually... perhaps not beside the school. Burning dead bodies. That could traumatize my children. Not beside a high road, though, as well. Avenue, because that is just a worsening the traffic overall. It's really hard now to get some proper locations. I think there we can squeeze it in nicely. There you go. There was actually some room available. It's on a nice neighborhood road there. And this one is collecting the bodies. There's still lots of crime over here. Police station. I'm going to have another police station in this area. A smaller one. We do have some really beautiful police stations there, by the way. The Detroit main police station that we could use. Police headquarters. There's a prison. I haven't even built that yet. Let's build a smaller one in this neighborhood there somewhere. Also, once again, in one of these smaller streets in between. Because there's just a lot of traffic happening with police stations usually. That could clog up the main avenue. There you go. I'm also upgrading this road there. We need to upgrade some roads as well. Alright, so here, flow is there. There's still no flow really for the roundabout. What's still going on, right? So they are actually exiting here, and then they all use this one lane. It almost seems like a bug to me. One thing I'm certain of is that I need to get rid of this road here, right? Left and right. This just doesn't make sense anymore. It was beautiful in the beginning. It doesn't make sense anymore for high traffic. So I'm actually not going to delete them right away. I'm rather going to make a pedestrian path out of this one and this one. So there is no traffic allowed anymore. We can still have houses left and right though for people to go shopping here, right? But I'm going to totally prohibit any kind of traffic that would be allowed on this road. And look at that, there's a bit of flow coming up again. But for these roads, let's just make sure that no private cars are being used on it, right? I mean, trucks are also prohibited. But then SOS cars and buses and recycling cars, that's still possible for these roads there. Got a bit of a empty space there now. We can use this one, but I might still find some better uses for that. Perhaps only for pedestrians then. Like a bridge or something like that where people can go over, so I don't need to have any pedestrian path here anymore on this road. I think this could further cause problems. So let's get rid of this road and this road there. And then I'm going to squeeze in my pedestrian path just here in the center. Ah, not like that. That's a tricky one. But rather like this. There you go. That we have something for pedestrians, so they can use this road here now, as we can see, without any crossing. And then I'm just going ahead and I'm having... that is working out. Please let me work this out. Right, I would really like to have something like that. A connection here. Yes, this is looking good. And then we do the same thing basically on the other side. That goes then over there, connecting it. This is not looking so great here. Let's just see that we can do this better. Yeah, the problem is there is a bigger curve here than here. Now there you go. That's looking a bit better now. We have still trucks going through that. So this is the pedestrian road there after all. And actually no trucks are allowed, no buses, no cars, really just some recycling perhaps. Right, and the rest is totally forbidden for this whole zone there. Forget it. You're not allowed there. Get away from this zone. Actually, I think we have several here. This one there as well. Alright, so that's that. Let's get rid of the zones that we have there. We might actually add some trees to this area. Something that we can squeeze in. So what is going on? Why are you still here, you trucks? Go away there. You too. This car is allowed. And these cars, they're still using it. You are absolutely not allowed. Okay, this should be the last one. Oh, I was actually now deleting the trailer. And the truck is now all by itself. Alright, sorry for that. Now, I like this bridge there already a lot. Around that we can have some stuff, right? So we do have the pedestrian path. There is actually also a pedestrian path here that I've been using. That was one of my park avenues. So we can, or park lanes. And this one I could then just, you know, connect with my... this is actually not possible. Okay, so this is better now and it's also working. I've actually gotten rid of this pedestrian path there because it's in the center and we are having this street there now anyway, right? They can just work as fine. So this is that. Now, perfect. One problem solved. It's still not completely solving the problem that we have in here though for the traffic. So what I can see is these people go all around it. The people from here, let's just activate our lanes. Yes, the people from here actually turn around. Is that right? Got the private cars, right? So they take the roundabout to turn around to get here. And then we got the trucks, which is a major problem there. I don't see any trucks though. There it is. The trucks, okay, they use it as intended. So they go, when they come from the left side, from the eastern, from the western side, they want to go to the highway first, but they also want to get to the inner city there, right? Transporting the goods. I think this is something we can't really avoid. The same goes for the public transportation, for the public cars, the private cars. And I'm just making sure that this whole thing here is also working as a roundabout, right? Very important. Okay, traffic flow was vastly improved from like 34% to 57, 59, something like that, but it still doesn't fundamentally solve the problem, right? So here, as we can see, flow is a bit better again. There is lots of traffic coming from that side, going into this area. We could try something. I could try to make this whole avenue, this whole main road there, a one-way road, right? So people would always have to use this main road. I think it would vastly improve the traffic flow. The problem is if someone lives here and wants to get to down here to the south. No, actually that's not true. I think this is actually a way to go. There is still the problem though that vehicles coming from that side are blocking the traffic sometimes, it seems to me at least. That really should not be the case, as this is a roundabout after all. And they really have to take the yield here. Hope this is working. Looks a bit better now, but look at that. It's clogging up every time there's a car coming in. Sorry, poor truck driver. Whatever you were trying to do. Alright, it's definitely going away though, the traffic here. Very good. It's actually looking fine now. There was a huge traffic jam, right? But it's going away now. There's still lots of traffic that comes in, but it should be going away now soon. Alright, let's just keep it as it is for now. It's still increasing, 60% plus now. It's still going up there, traffic, very good. Not perfect yet, but we've solved the major problem that we had here before. Now, I do have some residents and some commercials again that we would have available. We could use this for this area, right? So rather, yep. Let's actually go ahead and have some lower density commercials here on that side. And some lower, actually let's have some higher density residents here. And here. And then we're going into lower density. As I'm moving a bit further outside, right? So this is just normal houses then. And here perhaps some offices. Right, that we can have for that zone. That is a bit closer to the highway then. There should not be that much traffic coming up with it, so it should be fine overall. Just love these buildings. Beautiful, really. Absolutely fantastic looking. Now we should also do work on some expansion, so I'm going ahead and we are having another main road then just here, and this one is continuing into this area, right? So this is still, yeah, let's call it downtown area really. I mean, this is the outer edge then. And by the way, that looks like a beautiful forest industry that we could implement over there at some point later on. Let's just keep this one continuing. And it also, of course, we also have a main road then here that also continues into this area, right? So we might actually make then a block out of this whole area. So we could also have then a one-way street here, for example, as a kind of like a big roundabout around the block. Later on, but I can also see that these junctions there are going to be a bit of a problem then later on. Now for that, and then we have another major junction here that basically goes into a smaller road then, like here, as we continue a bit further outside. And this one basically is then the ending here. I mean, there is another junction. It's very tempting to use this one. Let's just see how it looks then. Right, perhaps let's make this one a bit better looking. There you go, much better. And this is really the end of the city here once more, with the big hills then on the left side. I mean, that is a junction like none other, right? You would be extremely confused if you get into this one and have to figure out how and where to drive. But since there's so little traffic, it's working out right now. But later on, we'll just have to see what we do with it. I mean, there's never really going to be that much traffic in this area anyway. Let's continue. There is, we can actually make another junction then just fine here. Right, that goes then into this inner cycle. Over here. And over here. There you go. And this one over here. So there we have another tiny block then in between. By the way, we could of course make an exit here or for this area. That's a bit better. Otherwise, there would be not enough entrances and exits for this one. We could also make another junction for this one. Right, that's a tiny road then again for the locals that want to live in this area. And here, well, we can actually go ahead and have our next tiny block working. I need my pipes. Perfect. Power, I think. Yeah, we have the power supply close by. That's over here. And then we can really just go ahead and have, once again, some high-density commercials along the main road that I can have here in this area. Also along the road here. By the way, this one, let's go make this one a bit narrower. Then some office space. Very important to have the offices close by there, by the way, so that we have some workplaces available. This one and this one. Righto. And perhaps here. And then we have some high density residents for this one. Definitely this block. And for the outside, I would then like to go for some lower densities just for this area. That is close to the mountain hill. I mean, to the mountain here, I don't know. Let's just have them for now. If there's too much of a rift appearing, we might actually need to get rid of them. Very nice. Now, another thing is, since there is lots of residents here already, I think school-wise, we don't have enough schools anyway, right? So elementary school. We have a school district here, but I'm not going to expand on that as it's not very healthy to have too many schools concentrated in one spot. So this one looks like a nice next area for a school. There is the train station here, but it's going underground then, right? The train tracks, so we don't destroy too much of the city there itself. And this one just looks very nice for another school area. So this one here especially, where we could squeeze in some schools. Let's just have a look at that. We still have a few elementary schools available that we could use in this. The community college, the modern high school. Let's actually get rid of this road there and this road, as I'm going to make my high schools here and my elementary school. So let's just see the Red Hawk Elementary Gymnasium. The rather small building, play school, the youngest children. We could have this one here at the end of it, right? There you go. And right next to that, I'm just going to squeeze in one of these. I will need to move that one a bit further up now. There you go. You can find these buildings here disappear, right? And then we have a high school, something more modern and big. There you go. That's fine. Yep. How many pupils can actually be squeezed in here? 600. That is fine. That is the elementary school, and that is the kindergarten, I think. It's also elementary school, by the way, and they're filling up quickly, right? And what I would like to have here then, once again, is a little park area or something green around for the children to play around. This one we can absolutely get rid of. This one. There you go. So we have a bit of a buffer between the school and the streets then. And this street here, I can already see that is something we need to upgrade as well. Especially since with more children then and schools, the traffic is increasing. So I'm just going to upgrade these roads there to more streets like that. And here, of course, we still keep the small street. Then here is an entrance point for this school district that we have now here. Let's keep this one as it is. I'm going to plant a few trees here. Nothing special. By the way, I don't think land value wise it's actually a pretty fine area land value wise as well. But I can see that there is a need for another park then somewhere close by for this one. Perfect. So that's a bit more education. This district is starting to form up like something. And traffic flow is still increasing 66% now. That's pretty good. So as it was close to collapse, and as we can see, the whole traffic situation here is much better now. Very good. That wasn't so difficult. And we'll just see how we continue from here on then. Stay tuned.